Hey, what's going on, buddy? This is Mr.Cygnus back yet again for WCReplays.com doing a really awesome audio on Night Elf versus Night Elf today. I'm getting hella messages from people about, you know, what do you do versus Night Elf? Do you attack, use Demon Hunter, Priestess of the Moon, Mask, whatever? Well, basically, I'm going to try and answer that question the best of my ability today and go over pretty much the whole matchup. I must say that I find that Night Elf versus Night Elf has got to be the hardest matchup to go against, because you can't really technically know ahead of hand what your opponent's going to do. Like Orc, you can pretty much guess that they're going to go Farseer or Blade Master and try and harass you. You get grunts and raiders or headhunters or tower rush. It's pretty predictable when you're going against different races. There usually is a few set strategies, but when it goes Night Elf versus Night Elf, you can't really tell what your opponent's going to do. He might go Tavern Hero, he might go Priestess of the Moon, he might go Demon Hunter, some people go Warden, the occasional moron goes Keeper of the Grove, but you know, you just really can't tell. So today I'm going to be covering all of that stuff, and I got some really damn good games for you guys today. I'm going to do actually an audio commentary on a game I played about a couple weeks ago, I believe, and I was going to do another. I'm going to do this audio actually on level 42 player Go-Need. Yeah, he was pretty good. This game was actually really well done. Basically, when it comes down to it, I always Demon Hunter tech on every map with one AOW, and I pump out archers, because going Priestess of the Moon these days, unless it's a really small map like Turtle Rock or Two Rivers, it's going to be kind of hard, because someone with really decent micro, especially on Asia, I don't really see any Priestess of the Moon mass hunt glaive thrower strategy. I hardly ever see it. It's a rare thing on Asia. The reason being is because if you can micro and you know what you're doing, you can beat mass hunts with archers and Druid of the Talon or archers and dryads, and you can just take your two heroes and knock out glaive throwers, and it's pretty easy to take down, especially on these bigger maps. I mean, the strategy in general doesn't stand a chance. So basically, I'm usually going up against a Warden or a Demon Hunter or a neutral hero, and most of the time it's a Demon Hunter tech like you'll be seeing in this game. Let's go ahead and get this game on pause. Hopefully you guys are at the 1 minute mark. You know what to do. If you're not, just pause the audio and get caught up. So anyways, alright, let's get this bad boy unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, you will notice that me and my opponent have done normal hero builds as usual. Yeah, I'm just going to turn the sound off, don't need to get bothered. Basically, one thing you guys need to remember on this map is be careful how you scout, because if you send your wisp too close to that yellow creep near your base, they'll jump out and kill it, and that's minus 60 gold plus the scouting ability of that wisp, so be careful there. And another thing I've been working on lately, I've been going evade first versus Priestess of the Moon every time. So if I see Priestess of the Moon, I pick the evade skill for Demon Hunter, and the reason why is, what's the point of mana burning the Priestess of the Moon when you and the Priestess of the Moon are going to be losing mana, which sucks the hell out of your moon wells, and mana burning the Priestess of the Moon isn't going to kill it, and it doesn't really matter if they're going true shot, so that's just a useless skill. But if you go evade, you have a chance of the Priestess of the Moon missing your hero, and it allows you to keep harassing much longer. Lately I've been going evade also versus Demon Hunter, because when the Demon Hunter comes by, sometimes they forget to mana burn you straight off the top, and if you get a couple hits off on their Demon Hunter first, you're gonna come out ahead and force your opponent to run. Now, it's also good to take a wisp with you when you go Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter, so you can detonate both your and his mana, so that number one, he can't burn your mana, number two, it's one less mana burn for him, and your evade will allow you to beat his mana burn skill. So basically I think we're going to have a run-in right here. I think, let me double check. Yeah, his Demon Hunter comes right up to mine, takes a mana burn off, I turn around and decide to do something stupid, so I can't stick around and fight because I ran past his hero twice and he already got 2 mana burns off, and I didn't hit him at all. So I'm going to run back to my base. I have archers already being put up, so I'm going to try and lure him into my base and start focusing with archers and my Demon Hunter, and that'll force him to run away. So here he is. I caught him on the ramp, so he throws off another mana burn. he's going to try and fight this one out with me. See, there's a missed hit right there, and that's already really good. Forces him to retreat. Yeah, that's basically, I find using evade first is the way to go versus Priestess of the Moon and Demon Hunter. Of course, first neutral heroes and Warden, you're going to want to go mana burn, of course. Another thing that's really nice is after you force the opponent Demon Hunter to run away, evade is one hell of a creeping skill. That sure makes it a lot easier when you go to creep and the creep keeps missing you. Allows you to tank a lot more hits. And actually, you will notice that this early creeping I do in the game with my Demon Hunter evade is going to give me pretty much a really huge early game advantage. Anyways, here comes my opponent. That was a pretty smart move of him to come in there and try and creep jack me. One thing that I really can't teach you guys when it comes to watching audio commentaries and stuff is knowing the limits of your hero. That's something you guys really need to kind of figure out by your own, by just playing the game. You will eventually learn the limits of your hero. Another thing, you will notice I kind of fake ran over that hill and ran back. I was pretty much assuming that the Go Need was going to be waiting for me so he can mana burn my hero and kill it. But I did a little fake around the side there, so I double checked to make sure that he wasn't waiting at my choke, so he wasn't, so now I'm free to run back in and heal. He picks up a Naga. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't like the Naga Sea Witch anymore. I think in this patch, yeah, her cold arrow is still pretty cool, but the fact is that the Naga has got a speed reduction, and that basically eliminates the Naga chasing down enemy heroes, so they're able to escape if you're running away. So I find that a better choice as a second hero just about all the time versus Elf is the Fire Lord. Fire Lord is an extremely strong hero, and his passive is probably one of the best passives in the game. Incinerate is insane for focusing heroes. If your hero can get a few hits off on their hero, Incinerate stacks up really fat. Anyways, you will notice I'm doing some more power creeping. Evade is definitely helping me kill off these creeps, as I didn't have to go back and heal. So anyways, a little bit risky just in case he ran up the ramp. I wasn't too worried about it. I was keeping a good eye out. Wand of Illusion is also extremely helpful for creeping out huge creeps. So if you ever pick up a Wand of Illusion, I'd rather have that over anything else. Night Elf versus Night Elf, because you can just do some serious power creeping with your hero. Anyways, I do put up an expansion. I like to expand Night Elf versus Night Elf because I know that he's going Demon Hunter, so he's either going to be getting Dryads or he's going to be getting Archer Talon. That's generally the two strategies that you see with the Demon Hunter. Dryads to Bears, or Archers to Dryads, or Archers to Druid of the Talon. Most of the time you're going to see Druid of the Talon Archers, because going Dryads and Archers versus Mass Archers is pretty stupid, because Archers will rip up Dryads really easily. So anyways, that just makes common sense, but yeah, generally most of the strategies I see when I see another Demon Hunter is Archers to Bears, which I'm predicting him to be doing is either going a straight tech to Bears with a couple Dryads for creeping or harassing, whatever. But I like to expand because he's not going to attack me at tier 2, and he's not going to be attacking me anytime soon, so I know I can get that expansion up on this map. It's just a touch-feel kind of thing. I wouldn't generally fast expand on smaller maps because he will find it, or if he scouts it, it's just going to be eliminated. So basically, on the bigger maps, you can get away with a fast expansion if you go for it. Another thing you also notice I'm doing is I'm making a bunch of Hippogriff, because I'm going to be making Hippogriff Riders. He hasn't attacked me yet, and I did lose an Archer. That's a bummer. But he hasn't attacked me, so I assumed he was going Dryads. And if you go Bears and Hippogriff Riders, you're going to own Bears and Dryads. Hippogriff Riders are so good for harassing Elf Wisps, or just killing off a bunch of Huntresses It's all really nice. So anyways, I get done creeping that huge creep, pick up the Django of Endurance or whatever, that big freaking drum. That thing rules, man. Anyways, I do notice he's here, and oh, he's got a weak hero, and he's leading out with his hero, which is extremely stupid. So anyways, I'm going to take that down and TP out right now. Or I'm going to be TPing out. Anyways, I'm focusing down his hero as much as possible. Down goes his hero. I go ahead and use my TP right about now when I notice that I can't kill his Naga off. So I do that. I lose a few archers, but it's no real big deal because he lost a hero, which is even worse. And yeah. So anyways, I lost quite a few archers there. I do have my expansion up. He has his expansion up, so we're both kind of thinking on the same lines. So I did notice he is going archers and Druid of the Talon as opposed to Huntress or freaking Dryads and Bears. So I'm not going to be really pumping out too many Hippogriff. I got 5 Hippogriff here. I'm just going to make as many archers for Hippogriff as possible. And right now I'm really vulnerable to an attack. So what I want to do is I want to keep him as busy as possible. So basically I'm going to be using my Hippogriff for as much harass as possible while I start pumping out Mountain Giants. So right now I'm putting up my lures like right now. And I got my expansion being filled up. So right now I'm taking a look around to see what's going on. He has a weak hero, so I'm going to go ahead and chase down as many of these archers and possibly try and get a hero kill off of him right now. I knew he'd be creeping, so that's why I went back. The war drums right there are giving me a real boost in speed and attack speed, so that's like boots of speed, gloves of haste thrown into one item, plus an aura. Pretty fat. You guys already know that stuff. So anyways, with that I can really do some serious hero harassing with my level 4 Demon Hunter. Anyways, here comes this level 2 piece of shit. So he's going to mana burn me for 50. I'm going to hit him for 100. He's done. I'm just going to keep fighting with him until he comes back. I expect him to be coming back with his Naga sometime soon, which he is going to be doing, so I'm just keeping him busy. I'm getting my Hippogriff pumped out. Basically on a smaller map, because this one's so big, you notice I'm going Hippogriff Riders, and some of you guys are probably saying, well, what if he attacks right now? Well, then I just pump out archers at my base and just keep them in the back and use my ancients for defense. And when he gets to my base, I would just focus him down with my heroes and my archers. On a smaller map, I definitely would get a second hero. It would have been Fire Lord. But right now, I'm basically trying to power level my Demon Hunter up to level 6, because I can on this map, and plus with the new experience, sometimes on certain maps, it's more of a touch-feel kind of thing. You can power level your Demon Hunter up to level 6, and that's pretty much a good game right there, because level 6 Demon Hunter can beat down 2 heroes like nobody's business, plus a whole freaking army. So anyways, he has a Wisp there. I'm going to take that out and head over to his base, try and buy myself some time because I'm going to be pumping out Mountain Giants. Right now I'm waiting for nightfall so I can get some Moon Juice to heal up my Demon Hunter. Not really any other units. Here's a Dryad. I fly by that because I'd rather take out the Wisps right now. So he's forced to use a TP, which is pretty cool. So now I prevented him from creeping, and now he's going to be forced to sit at his base. So basically I'm just going to keep my my Hippogriff Riders in the back there and try and buy myself some time and try and prevent him from creeping and make it hard for him and let him know that I'm not going to be running away with these Hippogriff Riders, so I'm going to force him to have to sit there. And if I was to lose my Hippogriff Riders, I'm not too worried about it because Hippogriff Riders aren't going to be that big of a help when it comes down to a big battle. Those will die pretty easy. So right now I'm going to mass up Mountain Giants. I'm going to get like quite a few of them. And right after Mountain Giants I generally get Bears because Mountain Giants by themselves, even with upgrades, aren't really the best army killers. So I don't want to lose my hero to focus fire because Druid of the Talon and double nuke from the hero plus all that other crap even can take a high-level Demon Hunter down over time. So, yeah, that's that. That's why I'm also not getting a second hero, because a second hero at this point, or even earlier in the game, even if I had a level 2 or 3 hero, Druid of the Talon, Mass Archers, plus Demon Hunter Naga would kill it, and it'll just keep dying over and over again. Now, I've picked that up over time. It's just something that I'm pretty much aware of. So I know that if I'm going up against his stuff, unless I get like a Panda Brewmaster, that hero's going to die. So Panda's pretty nice for mass range, but he is kind of switching up to Dryads and Druid of the Talon right now with no archers. I think he knows he knows that I'm not going to be continuing to go archers, because he's obviously a level 42 elf player on Asia, and that's pretty damn good. That's even better than level 50s on East. So yeah. So anyways, basically he's going to be going for master training Druid of the Talon, because he's probably expecting me to go bears right about now. And Master Druid of the Talon and Dryads will own the crap out of mass bears if you do it right. So, but if you go bears and get like a couple Dryads of your own and just dispel the Cyclone, well then that's the counter to that. But basically, I wouldn't, if I were you guys and you found yourself in a situation where you had a choice whether to go bears or Druid of the Talon, Dryads, archers with Cyclone, I would pick the bears. And I'm gonna state another thing right now. Bears plus Dryads does not beat mass bears. Mass bears beats Dryads and bears. So basically, when I'm going bear versus a Night Elf player, I usually get at most 2 Dryads for slow. That's all they're there for, not dispel. Because if you have mass Dryads and all they're doing is sitting there dispelling roar the whole time, well then they're not going to be that good. They're not going to be doing that much damage, and that's not good, because your Dryads are going to be out of mana. And then when they're going to be focused down, they die pretty easily to focus fire. So generally, mass bears is the way to go. And the only counter to that is bears or chimeras. But you should be able to spot chimeras pretty easily, because obviously they'll have a Ancient of Wind up, and from after that they need to make a chimera roost. But if you kill them before that, it's no problem, because you'll have more bears, because they'll be spending resources and trying to build chimeras. Plus, you can easily make Dryads and just keep them in the back and just have them focus fire the chimeras down. And I'm sorry, chimeras and bears don't beat bears and Dryads. So that's for sure. So basically, I do notice that he's got a bunch of Dryads here. I've got bears with resistant skin and hardened skin. There's no point in ever having mountain giants if they don't have resisting skin. You just might as well just not make them. So anyways, right now I'm trying to do as much heavy damage as possible. I already know I'm not going to be running away from this battle. I'm going to be using my TP. So basically, I want to see if I could take out maybe that bear, focus fire a few of those Dryads with my Hippogriff Riders, my Demon Hunter. I'm trying to get him to level 6, so there, down goes a bear there. That's minus 255 plus experience. There goes another Dryad. So I use my TP. There goes a Druid of the Talon. So basically, I came out ahead. I got experience, plus took out a bunch of his units, and I know what he's going. So basically, I know, alright, he's going archers, Druid of the Talon. I'm not going to make any more Hippogriff Riders, even though they are nice first Dryads. Basically, Demon Hunter is pretty close to level 6. Maybe one more attack would be nice. I already have Master Training going on. Another thing that would have been pretty cool if I did it this game, which I didn't, which I was kind of thinking about it, but I didn't do it anyways, is pick up one of those Mercs with a Healing Ward. Oh my god, those things are just freaking ownage. So anyways, I'm going to detonate my stuff, I think, right here. Yeah, I detonate it, and for some reason that Hippogriff Rider above my Wisp didn't get detonated, so, oh well, that was a waste. Anyway, so he does find my tree. I do know he's building one right there also, so I'm going to go over there and kill it. I'm using Rejuvenation on my Mountain Giants right now. I wanted to save, actually, I don't have any more Moon Juice, so, yeah, whatever. So anyways, I'm going to go Bears and Mountain Giants. He's not going to be able to focus my Bears because of, I have 4 Mountain Giants. I can just taunt, then wait, then taunt, then wait and taunt, then wait and taunt. That should give you well more than enough time to micro out of the way. So anyways, oh yeah, cool. I do pick up that Medicine Man. So anyways, I do have the Healing Ward ability. Basically, I want to try and find him and hopefully lure him back into another battle so I can hit level 6 and try and abuse my Demon Hunter as much as possible. Anyway, so I do lure him back. He's going to try and save his expansion. He knows I have just a bunch of stuff, mountain giants and stuff. I'll lay down a healing ward. He's going to focus down on my medicine man. It'll go down, but the healing ward still goes up. Still worth it if you ask me. Anyways, I'm going to keep using taunt. Bears are kind of being focused on. I do hit level 6 Demon Hunter, so now it's serious business time right now. I'm going to start laying some serious smack. By the way, if you've got a Demon Hunter versus another Demon Hunter and he hits level 6, you should keep him mana burnt as much as possible. And if you have the level 6 Demon Hunter, you should use the ability before you enter battle so that you don't lose the mana so you can't cast the ability. Anyways, he's trying to run away. He loses his Sea Witch because she's slow as hell. Just like I told you before, there's no point in picking her up because she sucks. The only reason I would pick up a Naga Sea Witch if I was going Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter and I was making archers was if I knew my opponent was trying to go straight to lore and he builds an AP in his base, or if he doesn't build anything in his base at all, that's just like, you might as well just type GG and leave, because I'm just going to use archers, my Demon Hunter, and my Naga Sea Witch and focus down on anything you have and kill you off right there. So that's why I always build archers, even if I know my opponent has a Demon Hunter is going to attack also, because obviously you can creep and they can't. All they can do is harass or hope to harass, and that won't do any good if I have archers in the same hero. So you should always be going 1 AOW first versus Night Elf, no matter what. So basically right now I'm just trying to heal up my units. I'm going to be using my rejuvenation. Go down to the shop, try and pick up like a healing scroll, maybe even a scroll of protection, something like that. But my Demon Hunter's kind of stocked up on some really good items. So basically all I have is one slot open. Gloves of Haste on a Demon Hunter is really awesome, man, because I'm going to be pumping out some serious chaos damage at a higher speed. So the Gloves of Haste plus the John Gove Endurance is pretty damn good. So right now I'm just healing up in the center of the map. As for my opponent, he's trying to build up a second expansion. That's what I'm doing right now. I was pretty much assuming he'd be doing that. So right now I'm going to be using my leftover Hippogriff Riders to be scouting out any expansions. Always scout out all expansions before you go and attack their main. You don't want to make a mistake and lose a bunch of your units and not have the ability to take out their expansion later on and end up losing the game. So you should play it up smart. As for my opponent, he's pumping out bears. That's pretty much the best option he has right now. You know, the problem is my bears are going to be really upgraded. So I have 1/1 bears right now. I'm not sure if, yep, I'm upgrading attack and reinforced tides right now. So basically his best bet at this game is to try and get an expansion up and try and pump out as many bears as possible. And try and like keep me busy or something. I don't know. He does have Master Druid of the Talon, so he can use Cyclone on my bears, which would be the best bet, which he is going to do. But I still have Mountain Giants, so that's still going to make the battle really hard for him. Right now I kind of have his Demon Hunter surrounded, which was pretty slick. If you guys noticed, I did that. But then again, he used Cyclone and my units got separated, so I don't have a full surround anymore. I should have turned around and started focusing his hero with my Demon Hunter, but I kind of didn't, because I was trying to focus his Naga and whatever. But he does use a TP, which I did notice he had a TP before. So anyways, I lose, I don't even know if I lost anything in that battle. I think I lost like a couple of bears or something, which isn't really that big a deal because he lost a whole hell of a lot more than I did. So anyways, I'm going to go heal up again and go back and kill. Oh, actually, I lost my Hippogriff Riders, so yeah, I lost maybe a bear and some Hippogriff Riders, but no big deal. He lost a lot more, plus the TP, so he's forced to go back and try and use more healing. So he uses Rejuvenation. You should probably make your bears go back to Druid of the Talon, Druid of the Claw form before you use Rejuvenation, because it's going to take a lot more Rejuvenation to try and heal units in that form. So I'm pretty sure you guys already knew about that also. But basically, Night Elf versus Night Elf is all predicting and adapting. So I saw he was putting the resources into bears, so I know he's not going to be making chimeras. So I don't have to worry about chimeras right now. So I can just keep pumping out more bears. If I did notice that he was kind of lacking in the army size, and he runs home, I'd be assuming that he would be he'd be getting chimeras and be using those against my bears, which would have been a smart move. But then again, bears and Druid of the Talon in master form is also really nice. So I would assume that he would keep going with the same strategy and just keep using Druid of the Talon, a couple Dryads, and start massing bears and try and get an expansion up or something like that. Well, anyways, he does take my expansion down again. He is forced to use a TP, so yeah, whatever. I do notice he just got his expansion up, so I'm gonna like build an AP there or something like that and make it hard for him to expand. Building an AP at someone's expansion, it pretty much puts a time limit on the time they have to save their expansion. So if you build an AP and say you're attacking their base or something like that, they have it in the back of their mind. They're like, oh geez, that dude has an AP there. You know, maybe I should probably go back and try and kill that. That's definitely a concern, because I don't want to have to keep trying to repair my tree while I'm out creeping or something like that. So I am building an AP anyways, but I'm there anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack it. I didn't expect him to try and come and defend it, because obviously my army is a lot better than his shit. So yeah, I got 2/2 bears right now, 2/2 mountain giants. He just detonates, whatever, no big deal. Level 7, almost level 8 Demon Hunter. I'm going to go ahead and pretty soon cancel this Ancient Protector, because I'm not going to need it anymore, and just build another expansion there. I do have an expansion building in the other corner. So yeah. Right now, I'm just going to probably go back and hire up, actually I can't hire up a merc because I'm down in food. I'm 82 out of 80 food, so I can't hire that healing ward merc, which would have been pretty nice. So, tough shiznatch. Alright, so now I'm 3-2 lore. There's going to be a bit of a battle here. Of course, my stupid ass didn't use my Demon Hunter form, or I couldn't because it was timed out, so he mana burnt me, so now I don't have that option anymore. So I hit level 8. He uses Cyclone. I wouldn't necessarily use Cyclone on Mountain Giants because they have resistance again. That crap only lasts like 2 seconds. I did surround his Demon Hunter again, so... Oh, no, he got out. No, I got it surrounded. Cool. If you can go for a hero surround, then that's usually the best way to go, obviously, duh. So anyways, I surround his Demon Hunter again, so he's forced to use a TP. I lost a Mountain Giant. I don't care, because I've got him like way out expanded, so I can lose whatever the hell I want at this point, because I can just easily replace it, because I have like 3,500 freaking gold, and this dude only has like 200. So yeah, I'm pretty much kind of being sloppy right now. I do hire up another medicine man, so I use the healing ward. Pretty slick. Use rejuvenation. So I'm pretty much just healing and waiting once again. He knows that he better like do something right now, because if he waits, it gets worse for him. And I'm lacking in some wood. So he comes back to attack again. So I put my talons back into bear form. I'm going to focus down once again. He kind of makes the mistake of leaving too much in the front line. So basically, we're going to go down to another battle here, which is going to be the final battle, obviously. I cast another healing ward, use Roar. Demon Hunter hits level 9. My Demon Hunter is hella stacked. That dude's doing hella damage hella fast. He's worth like 3 heroes right now. So anyways, his Demon Hunter gets away. I'm going to let it go because I know it can get away. And he knows his Naga's trapped. He knows there's nothing he can do. So that's pretty much good game right there. And basically, that's how you kind of handle the Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter tech. So basically, that's just how you do it. I mean, you guys need to get out there and play. It's good to watch replays and see this and see that, and listen to this audio commentary and go, oh, that's pretty cool. Hippogriff Riders versus at Night Elf is a pretty good way to delay your opponent. But you also need to remember that if your opponent's going Mass Archers, Druid of the Talon, Hippogriff Riders, and they're pretty smart, and it's a small map, and you're harassing their Wisps, they're just going to go, screw that, I'm going to attack his main, because obviously he has Hippogriff Riders, and he probably has an insignificant army at his base, so I'm going to be able to take that out. But with my Demon Hunter, it was a higher level, and if it was a smaller map, I would have hired another hero as well. You can fight off that crap. So if he's going Mass Archers and Druid of the Talon, you're going to want to go like, I would say a Panda Brewmaster, and go Drunken Haze and Burn and all that crap, and you can kill his archers off. If that doesn't work out, you can go Fire Lord and you go Incinerate first skill and just kind of focus down his hero to buy yourself some time, force him to TP out. There's also other options. You can try Pit Lord. I wouldn't, because he's kind of weak. Other than that, I think generally my most skills, most tavern heroes I use in Elf vs. Elf are either Panda Brewmaster or generally Fire Lord. Fire Lord is a pretty good standard second hero, because Priestess of the Moon Mass Hunts isn't going to beat Fire Lord Mass Archers plus Dryads, or Fire Lord Mass Archers plus Druid of the Talon. Just whatever I feel like going on a certain map is what I'll generally do. Fire spawns are just ridiculous. If you kind of put them in the front a little bit, let them tank slightly, and then run them to the back lines and let them just focus down, they just keep respawning and respawning and respawning. If you can keep them protected, they'll just overwhelm your opponent. I've won games by letting my spawn run to the front, tank a little bit to about half health, and run to the back. I don't know if some of you guys know this or not, but lava spawns kind of work like this. If they respawn with the same health as the previous spawn, except if the health of the spawn is below 50%, then they'll respawn at 50% health. So if you tank with your spawn and let it sit in the back at 50 or 80 hit points in the red or something like that, and they respawn, they'll go back up to 50% health. And they'll just keep respawning and respawning and respawning at 50% health, which is pretty slick. So if you have like a level 3 spawn, that's a lot of hit points for a summoned unit, even if it is 50%. So alrighty guys, thanks for listening, and stay cool, good luck in your games, and I'll see you guys probably next week. Alright, late.